It's a music festival that's travelled the world. Over 1 million people in 14 countries have danced the night away at a Creamfields event. And it's just the latest in a long line of big-name events to hit the capital in 2009. So how did the Abu Dhabi entertainment explosion come about? Well, it's mostly down to just one company called Flash. It was them who brought Coldplay, Aerosmith, The Killers and Beyoncé to the capital. And I've come to ask them about the business of putting on a great show.
I think there was a vacuum. There was no events company in Abu Dhabi that was handling major events, and obviously there was an appetite for it. So Flash was developed after the Justin Timberlake and Bon Jovi show to deal with these kind of events, and also expanding some of the big international properties we're bringing in, such as Formula One.
Where do you get the money from for all these events? Do they make a profit on ticket sales?
Well, we do. I mean, typically the events industry has kind of changed. Without sponsorship, events don't work, and that's a global reality. So we do have a number of sponsors that work with us, but we are a profit-driven company, and we generate revenues through sponsorships and ticket sales.
Do you think that your events, thinking about Formula One, Coldplay, Beyoncé, do you think they've helped to change the international perception of Abu Dhabi? I mean, was that part of your remit in the beginning?
Absolutely. I would say that stereotypically people have an image of the Middle East, and without actually digging into it and reading about what happens in this city or this country, you tend to think that it's all kind of the same thing, that there's a lot of problems and social disruption, and it's a very repressed society, but it's not. And you start thinking about an artist like George Michael, or thinking about Beyoncé coming to perform, and it kind of gets your mind thinking, and like, well, what is this place really like, and how can these events go on if I think I'm thinking on one side and they're actually doing this stuff.
So you launched a little over a year ago when, well, we were in the middle of a fairly sort of serious economic crisis. Do you think that you were taking a risk doing that?
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult for us. You go into an industry which is the one thing that people can cut out of their daily routine or their monthly routine or weekly routine. It's the first thing that goes when you're cutting back on your budget. So for us, it was pretty scary. I think we've been very successful. The crowd seemed to really like our events, which is paramount to our success. The bands also have come away with a very positive feeling. Maybe their expectations are low when they get here, but definitely when they leave, they talk about Abu Dhabi and the crowds and everything that was professional and done very well. So I'm very, very happy with our first year, and we're looking to improve every time we do an event. And if it was up to me, I have an event every weekend.
And this weekend's event, Creamfields, starts Friday at 6 p.m. Jerome Evans, Inside the National.